Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're located. Welcome to today's Spot Quarterly Feature Update. This is a new series that we're going to be doing. Each quarter, we'll be highlighting the major changes, major new feature releases coming for Spot. Looks like we've got just under half of our registered attendees here, so I'm sure we're going to see some people trickling in here for just a few minutes. While we're waiting, I just want to introduce, I've got Nicole Kirby, who many of you are familiar with. Say hi, Nicole.
Hello, hello. I have lost my voice, so forgive me, everybody, for sounding a little squeaky today.
Which is, it's prone to happen to Nicole.
This is true. If you've ever talked to me at a trade show, you know.
Yes. Nicole has been with the company for about 10 years and is 10 to 12 years, I think. I can't remember the exact time frame. She's been a long-time Spot user, a long-time installer for us, and she is currently serving as our customer success manager. And then we have Nick Clayton. Say hi, Nick.
Hello, my name is Nick Clayton. My voice is fine because writers don't speak.
Nick is our technical writer, documentation specialist. If you are familiar with going to help.spotpos.com, our documentation site, you are familiar with everything on there. Most everything there has come directly from Nick. So, and between the three of us, we are going to be your resources today. So we'll go ahead and just get started. This presentation will be posted on our YouTube channel later today. So if you come in, if you know anybody that came in a little bit late, don't worry. You'll be able to review everything that we talk about today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the elephant in the room. You probably noticed that our slides here are nice and orange. You see Spot by Xplor here. And let's talk about what that means. So Clearant, Spot's parent company, about 2.5 months ago, finalized a merger with TSG, also known as, which is short for Transaction Services Group. And they formed a new company called Xplor Technologies. Both Clearant and TSG both had a collection of independent software vendors, Spot being one of them, that have now been made a member of the larger collection of ISVs for the greater Xplor company. You can visit xplortechnologies.com to learn more. What does that mean for Spot? Well, first off, the most obvious is that our 30-year-old yellow and black colors are a thing of the past. We are rebranding to this orange color that you see here. And that has been the most significant change, or at least the most visible change. Other changes that have taken place, really, it's still business as usual. Not much has changed for us as a company, but what this has given us is a lot more resources. Because we are now part of this greater collection of independent software vendors, this gives us a lot more ability to collaborate with other like-minded individuals in their various fields. So again, not a lot changing as far as Spot had really. For me, I don't know if Nicole has noticed anything. So far, it's been nothing but positive. A very good culture that we've been brought into, and it's been a really positive thing for us as a company, and really, really positive for us to continue to serve you better. Nicole, did you have anything to add?
I would just agree with that.
Perfect. So again, visit xplortechnologies.com if you want to learn a little bit more. Let's move on to, I'm sure this is a large reason why many of you joined today. Let's talk about Connect. You may have seen the sizzle reel that came out. I don't have a whole lot more to offer outside of that sizzle reel that came out. If you did not receive that sizzle reel, you'll see here on this slide, you can email connectme@spotpos.com to sign up for regular updates on Connect. If you are not familiar with Connect, Connect is going to be Spot's Connect is Spot's brand new state-of-the-art web-driven platform. We are coming right up on getting this platform into beta testing, and there's going to be quite a few more updates coming out in the near future. What I will give you is just a quick 30-second teaser, and I'll talk a little bit about what it is that Connect can do. And so this is just a little video here, but you'll see here, and I'll be pausing throughout this, but you'll see here, here's our dashboard, as kind of similar to what you see in Spot today, but from a much more powerful and universal application. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this. We'll play through it once and then we'll come back and review through it. But with Connect, the primary driving focus for everything that we do is the customer. The first thing you're going to do is you see the customer. So instead of choosing quick and detail and pick up when the customer comes in, we're going to search for the customer and then determine what it is that we're doing. So you'll see here, and we can get to the customer's order history from just about anywhere on this screen. I know this may be going a little fast for some of you, but that's that's our really quick 30 seconds. So if we come back through it, let that play a little bit. Again, you'll see here we are searching. We can search by the customer, we can search by the phone number, we can search by the email address, and all of that takes place. It's an incremental search, searches very, very quickly, quite a bit faster than what you've been accustomed to. You'll also see that once we select our customer, you're going to see quick, detail, pickup, the account. Do I want to do anything with the account? Do I want to see the customer's history? Do I want to message them? So a lot of that will, all of these things are still available, but from a different flow, and a much more, in my mind, a much more logical flow. You'll also notice that once we do select that customer, so that here we're going from customer to customer, Torrin is now searching on himself. You'll also see up at the top here, we have this bar where we see search, quick, Torrin Brown. If I make a mistake at Torrin Brown, I can just click or touch quick here and then come back, or click and touch search here, come right back to my search screen and continue on. So it really gives you a lot of flexibility. You'll see a lot of the same things that the best things that we have available in Spot are available from within this very easy to navigate interface. One of the things that I love most is the ability to search on a customer and then from within the customer profile, go directly to that customer's history. It's one of those things where in Spot as it stands today, you have to get out of the profile and then go search for the customer and view all of their orders all through separate functions. So our goal here is to make things easy, make things simple, and make things make things work, obviously. Okay. Again, if you have any questions on Connect, or you're interested, or you want to sign up for those future updates, again, connect me at spotpos.com. Okay. So let's move on with the updates, the main portion of today's presentation, and that is our quarterly update. So first, we're going to start with Spot client updates. Now, we have some minor improvements and quality of life changes to both coupons and customer view. And what you're going to see is most of what we're doing with the Spot client, because of the work that's taking place on Connect, and you have probably noticed this if you read our build notes that get emailed out, or you read those on our help page. The Spot client is really into a maintenance mode right now. There's not a whole lot of really new stuff getting released. The last major thing that we released was subscription logic, and a good portion of the changes that we do today are really just kind of fine-tuning that. But you're not going to see really any new major development against the existing Spot client. Most of our energy is going into getting Connect ready for release. So you're going to see here, the first thing is, and this this particular change, this is the ability to restrict the ability to combine coupons, to combine a single coupon with any other coupon. And this is primarily related to subscriptions. Because the ways that subscriptions are configured relies heavily on the use of a coupon to facilitate and track the discount to the customer, we want to make sure that, that we have the ability to restrict this coupon from being combined with any other coupon. This has created some trouble in the past. You'll also notice in your chat that Nick is posting links to the help site on each of these individual topics that we're discussing. So if you look in the chat panel here on your GoToWebinar console, you'll see that there's some links there. Okay. All right, it's just some quality of life cleanup in the coupons tab for customer view. You may have, especially if you are a user of OTS or if you're a Be Creative customer, you'll notice that you have a ton of coupons. You might be sending the same coupon to tons of customers every month, and only a small fraction of them are using it. And then when you go to try to track down a coupon that a customer may have used, you're greeted with this massive list. Well, what you're going to see now, and this is available in the next update of Spot. This is not available for probably about 2/3 of the server environment, but the next update that releases will have everything that we talk about today. It's connectme@spotpos.com, Norman. I just had a question, what was the connectme address? And it's connectme@spotpos.com. Okay. Again, by having this checkbox, which is by default unchecked, we basically remove any old expired coupon that was never redeemed by the customer to really clean up that experience there, so that you're not digging through 5 pages of expired unused coupons that went out for your OTS or Be Creative pushes. So this just helps to clean up that experience a little bit. Okay, moving on. So let's talk about, that's really the only major changes to Spot. There are a couple more, but they are more related here to My Dry Cleaner Mobile. The 2 major things that we have to offer this quarter on My Dry Cleaner Mobile are enhanced curbside service with contactless payments and an in-app subscription purchase, the ability to purchase a subscription from within the app. So one quick caveat is that if you do have the app and you want, let's first talk about curbside and contactless payments. So first, you're going to see that here on my menu, you see I am here. What this does, and this does require an update to be published to your app. You can email appsetup@spotpos.com to request it, and we'll get that change published. This is the type of change that requires us to republish the app to the app stores. But you select I am here, and if you have multiple locations, it will then show the location. Now, there are 2 separate behaviors that occur here. The first behavior is that it will default, if you have no ready orders already in the store, then it will default to the customer's home store. If they do have ready orders, then it will default to the store that has the ready orders. And if they have ready orders in multiple stores, then I believe it will just grab the first available store from the list, which I believe sorts by store number. But that is kind of an edge case scenario. I don't know that you'll run into too much of that. Okay, so then you select the store, and then you enter your vehicle description or your location. From a best practice, you'll see I've got stall 23 written here. The best practice is to use unique stall numbers across all stores. And Nicole, if you could explain why that is important, you do a better job of it than I do.
Hey, with the mobile app, it's actually not as important. So with
Okay.
the I am here functionality with My Dry Cleaner Mobile, you choose which store you're at. But if you're also offering the I am here function with SMS, and a customer can just send here or I am here as a text message reply to say their order ready message, Spot doesn't know which store they're at. So if they say, I am here spot 2, and spot 2 only exists at store 2, you know that they're at store 2 to go out. So we do suggest unique spot numbers if you're going to do dedicated parking spots for curbside service. Have unique parking spots across your stores, particularly if you're going to allow that function with SMS. But if you're just going to use it in the app, it's not as important.
Yeah. And what I would recommend, me personally, I would do, let's say store 1, I would use 3 digits, 101, so that, it's store 1, store 1's, stall 1. Same thing, 202, 303, things like that. I think that would probably be easiest. But again, that is primarily if you are using the SMS I am here functionality. Okay, let's talk about, so from that point, it will prompt you to select or add a payment method. Now, this will only show if you have orders available for pickup that have a balance due. And this gives the customer the ability to make a payment using the app on those orders, which facilitates the totally contactless payment, so that you can simply pull their orders, bring them out to you. Okay, and once you're done with that, it says someone will be out to assist you shortly. Now, if you are simply there to drop off, it will come to this next screen, obviously, as soon as you enter your stall number. Okay. Is there, and Michelle, I do not know the answer to this question, but the question is, can you turn it on by store?
So with My Dry Cleaner Mobile, I don't believe so. It's on or it's off. With the text messaging, if you decided to try it via text, you could make your outbound order ready text for specific stores only include the verbiage to say, reply, I am here for curbside service.
Yeah,
But with the app, it's on or off.
To turn it on or off by store, that would require you to disable the app entirely for a specific store. You would have to, basically, we have the store groups that determine which stores are member stores for the API, and you would have to uncheck that, which would disable all API functionality, your customer connect, all customer API functionality, so customer connect and the mobile app would cease to function. The next question, is payment through the app required to use the I am here function?
Yes. For both
is...
I am here and On My Way also has payment functionality built into it in the mobile app. And both of those will require payment if the balance is not 0 on the order.
Okay. Any other questions regarding this?
All right.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead. We do have a hand up. I see Manuela. I'll go ahead and unmute you. And you can click the unmute button on your end. And maybe that was just an accidental hand raise. So I'll go ahead and clear that.
We do have another question about how is the counter person notified if someone is here. So we do have, there is a setting, workstation settings, system menu settings. I'm not sure, Spencer, if you've highlighted that in this presentation at all.
I have not, unfortunately. It uses the same functionality as the On My Way, right. But I believe that is in workstation settings, system menu settings, and then
notify of pickup requests.
Notify of pickup request. And Nicole, if you could reply to that in the chat, that would be perfect. Just with that exact location.
And just to explain it real quick, it does a pop-up for the when that setting is enabled on the workstation. There's a pop-up along with a sound. that plays to notify the store that, hey, there's a on my way request for you to process.
Correct. And the next question is, are most people using audible alerts or only the visual? I would say both. Most people use both. Obviously, the visual you can't turn on and off, but the audible, if you don't have sound, if you don't have speakers, then there's no way that they can receive the sound. But from my perspective, I would say, get a nice hefty pair of speakers that you can hear anywhere in the store.
And I would add to that, enable the setting to notify on every workstation that you want to be able to see those pop-ups, but only turn the sound on one workstation.
Yes.
In the store.
Agreed.
And know that sound is not enabled by default in Spot. You will need to contact support to turn sound on if you're not hearing the sound.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to, are there any other questions regarding the I am here functionality? So again, in order to enable the I am here functionality, you will need to send an email to appsetup@spotpos.com. Okay. All right, let's talk about subscriptions. So the ability to add a subscription service from within the app. So I don't believe there's any update required here, but you will see that inside of the customer profile, you have add subscription service. It's going to show the available subscription plans along with the available subscription levels. And then we'll show you any within the profile after you have paid for that subscription. It will show you the current subscription. Okay. Now to enable this, there is a setting, and that is in your company settings, subscription plans, display on web. And that is a new setting. When this was originally added, there was no way to prevent a specific subscription from showing in the app. So this will be available in the next update. And then additionally, you will want to make sure that you have your description. So you'll see there on that third slide or on that third screenshot here that we see Gold Monthly Shirt Club. Gold Monthly Shirt Club includes 20 machine pressed laundered shirts per month. That is derived from the description field at the subscription level. So a step down from the subscription plan, you then go down to the plan levels, and within each level you add a description, and that is what will show in the mobile app. Any questions there? All right. Let's move on to Delivery Console. Their Delivery Console, and I will say there are no major changes that we've had for Route Track that we're highlighting. Ben, yes, that feature is going to be available in the next update, in the current round of updates. So that's made it to about a third of our server farm. That should be fully deployed within, I would guess, the next week to 10 days. So as I mentioned, there are not any major changes to Route Track itself. Most of the major changes have taken place within Delivery Console, particularly within the manifest creation and preview. There was a lot of things that were lacking in the prior iteration of this, and we're going to step through that process right now. So the first thing that you'll notice is that that you now have the ability to select a store or a group. What a group is, it's essentially a service plan group. So you select the store and it shows you the available routes that you can use, that you can run a manifest for. And you would do that for, creating one or more, combining one or more manifests or one or more service plans into a single manifest from a single store. What a group does is it gives you the ability to select multiple routes from multiple stores and create them as what we call a service plan group. Now, if all of your routes are contained within a single store, that's fine. But if you have routes that, let's say your routes are all dispatched from the plant, but there are multiple routes that belong to multiple stores. So store A has its route, store B has its route. They all are combined onto a single manifest. Well, in the past, you would have to go run an individual manifest for each one of those stores or each one of those routes, or perhaps a combination, but never the ability to run across multiple stores together. So now you can create this manifest group to say, this driver always services these routes. And so you can create this group, check off all of the routes from all of the stores that driver operates from, and then you select that group. Whoops, I have a duplicate slide there. And then you select that group from your group selection and preview the manifest. That will combine all of the orders from all of those stores into a single manifest. A couple questions and concerns that we've heard about this is, where does the order belong? Where do the sales go? And we have engineered this so that all of the sales remain with the original store, the store that the route belongs to. And all of the payments are also generated from within those stores. And correct me if I'm misspeaking, Nicole, but I believe that was a critical piece when designing this piece.
You are correct.
Okay, so you preview the manifest, and this is this is the new order preview screen. So you'll see that we select the plans, and then we go to order preview. Within order preview, you are able to see the current invoice status and whether or not that order is included and whether or not you're going to prepay it. So from here, you can process a prepay on all orders before the manifest has been created. And once that prepay is complete, you will see that we are able to filter based upon paid, declined, failed, cash, or check. You'll also see whether or not I choose to include that in the manifest. So I can filter down by my declined and failed, and then choose to exclude those orders from my manifest, so that if I'm not taking them with me because I did not receive the funds, then they don't even show on the manifest. Where up until this point, you were effectively, they went onto the manifest regardless. If they were due, they went on the manifest. That was all there was to it. This gives you quite a bit more flexibility to determine what is going on the manifest and potentially deal with some of those failed payments before you even leave. Okay. Additionally, we have a final manifest summary and some additional options where we can preview all of the totals, review any non-geocoded stops, set our optimization options, set the number of vehicles if you're using optimization, and set your start and stop location. And then you create and review the manifest. So it's a bit more intuitive as far as getting your manifests created and out the door. Some things that I didn't mention here, obviously, if you are using Route for Me, there's an additional step when you finalize your manifest that it will come up, show you the manifest in Route for Me, and at that point you can make changes to the manifest before finalizing. But it's really the manifest preview screen is the main key. This does work, Jeff. This does work. The manifest preview screen is for anybody. The optimization piece where you're using the number of vehicles, that is only available with Route for Me. And Kathy, will we be able from this screen to change our start and stop locations each time we create the manifest? Yes, absolutely.
We've got a couple of other questions.
Yep.
There's one with Pelogis.
I already answered that.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I don't.
And then how can you see summary for other than current date? I'm not sure I follow. Unfortunately, Norman. We see only today. Are you referring to
Spencer, I think at the beginning of that route preview, you're able to choose, those 3 days selection there.
Yeah, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's basically today, tomorrow, or 2 days from now, correct? Is what it gives us the ability by default. I don't know that there's any way to change that.
It's just the next 3 available days.
Yeah, it's the next 3 available days. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. All right, that is all I had. I'm happy to open it up for additional questions at this point. If anybody has anything else that they have a question on. I see Norman with his hand up. What do we need to launch for Delivery Console? So a couple of questions. I'll address those, and then Norman, I'll unmute you, and we can chat. So what do we need to launch for Delivery Console? So Delivery Console actually we actually have a, and I think Nick may be pulling up the documentation for it now, but there is an onboarding process for Delivery Console. There's a handful of requirements that will need to take place, and we do have an onboarding specialist that will work with you. So you can certainly, if you go to our help page at help.spotpos.com and go to, just type in Delivery Console, that will have all of those there. But it looks like Nick actually replied with the direct link there. Another question, when does the interface change? The interface is not going to change automatically. It's not going to be a case where you come in one day and your interface is going to be different. It is going to be a kind of a slow rollout. If you're interested in, and the really cool thing about the new interface is that it will work in conjunction with the existing interface. So you can put it on one station inside of a store and still operate on other stations in Spot. It all uses the same database, and this was done very intentionally. There's going to be things that the new software cannot do that you are maybe accustomed to in Spot. Our goal is that it will be done better. Maybe different, but it will be done better. But it is not going to be a case where it's just going to be sprung on you. That will not happen. Okay. Does the pay for an order via the mobile app work for On My Way as well? And can payment be forced or required if On My Way is selected? I believe so, Nicole.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading through that. Does the pay for an order via the mobile app work for On My? Yes, it does. So it works for both. If the customer has ready orders, the On My Way button will be available on the home screen of your app. If they choose On My Way, they will also be prompted to pay for their open orders if there is a balance, just like with the I Am Here. The only real difference with those two is I Am Here can be used if a customer is dropping off or picking up. They don't have to have ready orders. And for the On My Way option to appear, the customer does have to have ready orders. But yes, both of them will allow payment.
Perfect. And can payment be forced or required if they're using On My Way?
It is required once.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, Norman. First, he leads off with a compliment, which is always dangerous. We love what is being done with Delcon. Well, thank you. We use route track summary for data, but when we run for multiple dates, it lists a line for every service plan for each day. How do we run so each service plan is listed once, i.e., figuring sales for commission?
I would not use that report for commission sales. I would just look at your incoming or outgoing summaries and combine them however you'd like across multiple days for sales figures. The route track summary report has much more data that it is meant to be a route by route session report.
Okay. Any way to check if we charge all customers?
We're talking about with a Delcon prepay?
I assume so. Manuela, can you confirm that? Are you looking for is this through Delivery Console or somewhere else in Spot? I would assume Delivery Console, but while we're waiting on her response, I will say the next question: is there a way to let the customer know we are coming to drop? Yes, there are a number of ways. We can do it through email. Yeah, it was Delivery Console, but yeah, we can Ludwin, we can do it through email. The most popular method that a good portion of those in this call would attest to is interactive SMS, interactive route reminders. What that does is, and this is something that support can assist you with getting configured, but this allows you to send an SMS message, send a text to a customer the night before their pickup or drop off. No, we are coming to drop. Yes, that would just be a simple notification saying, hey, your order is ready and it will be delivered on X date. That is something that our support team can assist you with. I misread that. But as far as on-demand customers for pickup, you can certainly use the interactive route reminders, and all they have to do is reply with a yes that they want to pick up, and it will work the same way for your static customers, where it will do the same thing but in reverse. Let us know if you don't want us to come by, and it will remove them from the manifest. Okay, so any way if we check if we charge all customers through Delivery Console? Yes, Manuela. This is actually this is a big piece of the new manifest logic, and that is right here. When you do your prepay, you're going to see filter orders. It'll actually give you a number here based on the number of declined or failed orders. So it'll show you everything that's paid. If you see anything in declined and failed, that gives you a chance to double check.
And it does some clarification, Spencer, to that last question.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, though. Is there a way while the driver is en route for the driver to notify customers he or she is on their way, an order track per se? Really, the only way to do that is within route track. There is a message function where what the driver can do is once they finish with a delivery, they just send a message to the next customer. You can actually create a template for your SMS messages where the driver can simply select that template and it will send a text to the customer saying, hey, you're next, we'll be there within the next 5-10 minutes, whatever you want that to say. But there is no way to automatically have those messages go out. Okay, any other questions?
I wanted to point out, it looks like the links that I'm answering with are not clickable. So see the chat window for any of the links there, particularly interactive SMS and Delivery Console. are in the chat now, so you can read more about that function.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Mm.
And Nick, if you want, I'll let you take your few seconds to get your plug going.
Sure. So, I've distributed several links to documentation here, and I hope they're useful in answering any of your questions or seeing some of these new updates. And I'll also note that at the bottom of every single page is a thumb up and thumb down, and the way to get a hold of me is click that thumb down. You'll be prompted to send me your name, email, and a comment. And you can also email me at is it docs? I believe docs@spotpos.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
Docs at spotpos.com will get you to Nick, and he is more than happy to get that feedback. He loves hearing what we think of his feedback or of his documentation. Usually the good stuff, but he'll also take the recommendations as well.
Yeah, I keep a 2-to-1 ratio, but yes, it's all welcome.
All right. Well, I thank you, everybody. Hopefully, keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a lot more information coming out regarding Connect, and I certainly hope this was enlightening and helpful for you. We'll talk again in about 3 months at the end of Q3, and hopefully we'll have a lot more stuff to show you. So, thank you, and have a wonderful day. Appreciate it.
Thank you all for being here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.